What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and the Trials update. Now, a lot of people have been asking me how it is that I'm farming Chaos 4. So here we are on Chaos 4 in Greystone Plaza. Now, in my opinion, this is the easiest Chaos 4 map to do. So this is the one where I really recommend everyone start. Now, right out of the gates, I got to let everybody know, as I am expecting to get quite a bit of shit from the Juicy Nation over this one, as I've made it pretty clear over the last year or so, my thoughts on 100 DU towers. So what do? I run out and build up a map with a bunch of 100 DU towers. But anyway, let's get this started. We are on Trials. We're on Chaos 4, Greystone Plaza. We are going to be busting out the Angry Nimbus today. And it is an absolute machine. Now, first off, I am going to use two separate dryads, one for the trees, one for the Nimbus. My tree dryad here, Leafy 3, is got basically the 16 points just pumped into the world tree health, nothing else, and essentially just using a totem with just one shard, the fortification shard in it. Now let's switch on over to Leafy. And Leafy has got a medallion with defense critical strike, chance, defense crit damage, and destruction on it. Now I do realize that it could scale better with defense crit, but I just haven't found the right piece. So this is actually working though. And then on the Ascension here with Leafy, I've got... we're into defense crit, and then over here we went into defense speed. I did throw a little extra healing love on the world tree here, as up until just minutes ago I was actually only using one dryad to do this, and just losing the 50,000 health or so on the walls and not thinking anything of it. But let's go ahead and get started here. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to use twice as many walls as you normally do. It just makes your life so much easier. So wall it up, don't risk anything running past. So let's go ahead and throw, let's say we'll throw 3 of them right here. We're going to throw 2 right here. We're going to throw another 2 right here. Tell you what, let's just go 1 right there. Let's go 1 right here, and then we'll go 2 directly across there. Now, we are going to have some green mana left over, so I am going to go ahead and up this one, even though there's nothing coming out this wave, just so I don't forget to next wave. Now, let's go ahead and switch on over to Leafy, and let's get the Angry Nimbuses flowing. So, we've got enough DU left to put 7 Angry Nimbuses. And here we go. Just kind of throwing them around. No real particular order. Doesn't really matter. They do have nice range, even though I haven't found a range shard yet. Those are being very, very elusive. And they are just mean. As you see here, Tier 1, 62,000 rain damage at Tier 1 with 42,000 crit damage. 34% crit. So looking pretty good. Now, before anyone says, you know, I'm at Ascension level 48, I started doing this map at Ascension level 20, I want to say. And I've actually grinded it up. I ground it out all the way up to 48 in Chaos 4 using this build. Now, we got 150 left over. I'm going to go ahead and throw 2 ups right here. As in Wave 1, those 2 trees tend to take a little bit of damage. And then I'm going to switch on over to my Apprentice. And we'll get this going. You can really use any DPS. I like to use the Apprentice because with this strat, I am actually just going to stay back here. I'm going to, my number 1 goal is going to be to keep walls repaired. My number 2 goal is going to be to slap down some halberds whenever those geodes come up close. And then number 3, of course, is to take out the bosses. Now, with siege rollers on this, I am going to wait until the absolute end, until there's nothing left there except that siege roller, and the siege roller just pounding up against one of these walls. Now, with the recent nerf to single-player siege rollers, they just don't do any damage. They don't hit the walls for much, and particularly if you went on and put that construction sphere in, it is just a beast. So you can heal through any damage that siege roller is going to do for a wall. So there is no hurry at all to get him killed quickly. Now, using the apprentice for DPS, of course, it's real nice if the siege roller goes ahead and just stands real still for us. And that's the other benefit of waiting until he's right up against the walls. Let's go ahead and get it rolling here. Now, like I said, all we're really concerned with is keeping these walls healthy. I do have 50 green mana to put into some repairs. Any of the lady orcs that are going to cruise around the side of your walls there, I'm going to go ahead and put a little hurting on them. But I'm basically just going to throw halberds down and try to get them out there on that geode. And they actually take the geodes out really, really quick. It's kind of ridiculous almost. I mean, the geodes just disappear. So, piece of cake there. Now, we do have a few more coming on the other side. Like I said, priority number 1, repair walls. Even if it's only just down a little, if you've got time to repair, you should be repairing. Once again, I'm going to throw just a couple halberds out there. They're going to wreck up that geode for me. And they also do quite a number on any of those little burrowing bastards. As we all know, they can be a little bit of a pain in the ass once you get up into the higher chaos levels as well. Now, we'll just let it all do its thing here. Now, the Nimbuses do an incredible job against flyers. However, with this big old gap here in the middle, you're going to want to just pay attention. Of course, all the flyers on this map do come right down the middle when we turtle build like this. So, just sit back and enjoy the show. You got Ghostbusters going everywhere, and the Nimbuses just pissed off and running around. Now, I do have that Angry Nimbus shard now. However, I just haven't felt good about giving up on my defense crit, or defense power for that matter, to put that bad boy in. Now, that may be required, of course, if this build actually does work once geared up a little bit for Chaos 5. So, just 12 bads left, and you see the Nimbuses are just wrecking house. I'm not really having to intervene too much. Of course, the more DPS you can put out there, the more help you're going to be giving your buddies, the old Angry Nimbus. And there we go. Wave 1 is complete. Now, one of the ways you can tell if you got these trees down properly is if this chest is kind of a pain in the butt to get to. If that chest is a pain in the butt to get to, you got that first tree in the right place. Now, we're going to go ahead and throw ups, 1 up on everything. One of the reasons I even started using the trees to begin with is to save a little bit of the green mana for upgrading the towers. And I figured, you know, what the hell, if we're going to use the trees, I started hearing rumors about people talking about the old Angry Nimbus from several different places. So I decided I would go ahead and give it a shot myself. Now we got 460 left, so let's go ahead and up all of these Nimbuses a notch. And check our waves. Are we going to have... Yeah, we got a siege roller coming. Now, like I said, I'd like to wait until the very end, at least the very end for that wave on the siege rollers, as it just makes your life so much easier. Now, when you know the geodes are coming, just go ahead and spam those halberds out there. You know what path they're going to take. They're coming for you. So, just go ahead and stick them out there, and they will go ahead and burn down those geodes. Now, if you can't get the positioning right, or if they're too far back, or whatever the case is, the Nimbuses will get out there and take care of business, but you may have to put a couple additional repairs into your walls. So we do have a little flyer action coming in. Go ahead and help those guys out just a touch. And we got another Nimbus coming down, or another geode, pardon me, coming down here, and the siege roller's out now. Now, of course, siege rollers no longer hit the core. So, like I said, there is no reason I just cannot completely ignore that guy and just let him do his thing and come on down. Now, the Nimbuses, of course, are going to burn everything else in that path. So I am not too worried, really, about all the bads that are rolling up with that siege roller. Now, one thing you will find with the halberd is particularly on this map, is sometimes the siege roller can be at a little bit of a funky angle. And if they're at that funky angle like that, you really have to watch your placement when it does come time to burn them down here. And of course, the reason we put the Nimbuses behind the trees, of course, is to completely ignore the cyborgs and just let them do their thing. They will get tore up pretty quick. The Nimbuses get pissed at those guys in a hurry, there's no doubt. And we see on the mini-map, the siege roller's made it about halfway down now. He's still got a friend rolling around with him. But I think it's probably safe to go ahead and head that way. Now, if you wait until he's all the way up against the trees, like I said, it does allow him to sit nice and still for you. Looks like he's actually stuck on something there. There he comes. Let's get that wither beast out of there. And once he's up on those trees, you're going to see he's just not doing crap for damage. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn all those halberds down. Try to get Dragolich knocked off before you die. Now, I personally have got 0 hero health on my apprentice here because I'm using him mainly for Chaos 4. And the only time I go out into danger's way is against the siege roller. So I do die. I mean, I get one shot by the rockets. But if you get those halberds back out there and can pop up your Dragolich, he burns down pretty quick. There he goes. And you see he did very little damage to our trees. Now, wave 3 starting up here now. Grab up all our goods here. And the trees are important, and we want a forest, so we are going to make just one ridiculous, stupid wall right here. Now, like I said, it is overkill on the trees. I've tried it with less trees, and it's just so much easier if you just load up the walls. Now we got, what, 450-ish left? Probably 500, maybe? Let's see if we can round up 500. Oh, yeah. Hell, we can almost do 6. Not quite, but... And just going to go ahead and throw that into the Nimbuses. No particular order. I usually just kind of look at the ones that are a little lower in health. That way I don't have to bother doing any repairs or anything on them. And I guess we'll get that guy right there and bring on Wave 3. Now, Chaos 4 Trials, of course, you can get some upgrades from your Nightmare 4 gear. Now, I haven't had the greatest luck. I've gotten like 2 or 3 upgrades since I started Chaos 4 early this morning. And, you know, I'd like to see more drops, but I'm not seeing them. I know they will come eventually. Just keep on wrecking it up. Just one halberd will actually take out one of those geodes if the placement is right. And priority number 1, keeping an eye on the trees. Even if it's just a little, just throw that heal on them. Keep those bad boys nice and fat. Another geode coming on this side. You can't see where you're placing them unless you get real close. And then, of course, if you get close enough to the tree where you can see them, there's a good chance you might get cleaved. So you don't want to get all up in there. Too bad. Once the geodes are done, of course, you can just spam into the crowd here. And I tell you, the Apprentice as DPS, the reason I've been using the Apprentice is it's just fun. I'm having a blast DPSing on the Apprentice. I started the update out on the Gun Witch and quickly switched over to the Apprentice today when I saw how entertaining it could be. Get some halberds laid down. Alright, we got Tusker coming now, and a Plaguing Hawk. So those guys won't be an issue. I'm just going to go ahead and let them come. And I'm going to stay back here in the safety of my little forest and just keep wrecking on into everything. Let's get some damage down here for him. And Tuskar down. You can get some really nice DPS out of the Apprentice when you load up those halberds. It rips it out. No doubt about that. And you see the Nemesis going to town on the flyers. It's actually really, really entertaining when one of the Kobold Flyers goes after a Nimbus. It looks cool as hell. Plaguing Hawk is taking his time, so I'm just going to come on out here and bring some of the pain here. I'm not going to get him all the way down, I don't think, but I'm going to get him close enough. Now that the Nimbuses are in play, he will just keep chunking off there 100k at a time or so. And there we go, wave 3 complete. Now, our trees are already all upped and fat, so now we can just dump everything directly into the Nimbus Cloud. And let's see what we got there. No rollers. It seems like on this map, a lot of times the rollers come out of the bottom lane right here. So I always look anytime I see the tag over there, as that's definitely the most common siege roller spawn, from my experience. Now I just want to check through and see which one of these guys are not at tier 3 yet. That one's not. That one was, but that's alright. And we'll just spam the rest of this around here just to, you know, take advantage of all our mana. I could have saved a little bit more of that for upgrades, or for repairs. Once you get this down, it's a little sketchy at first, but once you get it down, it is so darn easy. I mean, you got to pay attention. You can't go AFK or anything. But it just makes for a nice Chaos 4 farm without really any major issues. I love you, Apprentice. You're doing it so well. The Apprentice is just fun as hell in this update, and there's several different ways to build a really, really entertaining Apprentice. We got the Geodes coming up over here. Looks like I'm picking up a little of a little javelin damage here on the core. I'm just going to kind of hang out up here and block some of that, I think. If I get wrecked, it's all good. Alright, so yeah, looks like we absorbed most of that. Stay out of harm's way. Those Lady Orcs will one-shot you if you're silly enough to be running around with no hero health like I am. But we're getting it done here. In my opinion, this is the easiest Chaos 4 farm. Now, of course, before we're able to push into Chaos 5, we're going to need to do a whole lot of Chaos 4 to get all the good shards. Hopefully get some, you know, some relic upgrades, maybe even some gear upgrades. And it definitely has the potential for it. And go ahead and smoke him here. Griblock is going away rather quickly. See you there, Gribs. And you see, once again, you see the Nemesis just chewing up the Flyers. They do a great job with them. As you see here with nothing in the lane, it's going to be really, really a bad day for these Flyers. No need to even shoot at them. When the Nimbus comes to town, it's all over. Lost a little health, not too much. Now you will have waves that your trees will take a little bit more abuse. Get those halberds stacked out there under Malthius and let him know who is boss here. There we go, and 5 beds left. You do get some buggy mobs on this map. Not all the time, but frequent enough for me to mention. You get a cyborg, 2 cyborgs over here this time, but you do get some cyborgs over here just kind of chillaxing and doing a little dance. Got a little kobold over here too, huh? And good game to Mr. Cyborg. And what else do we have left? Another... this one's... Oh, Lady Orc got killed by the timer. Alright, and now it is wave 5. And as you saw, that was... I have not really had a difficult time. It leads me to believe that the Nimbus could potentially be in the mix with some sort of possible new meta. You know, I mean, obviously it's too soon to tell. But we know the flamethrowers, the ramsters have been very popular in the higher chaos waves. And the Nimbus really should be added to anyone's collection who wants to put this on an easy farm. Got old Nash the Flame Lance coming in. Go ahead and just set up some halberds for this geode here. He's having a bad day. Some of the Lady Orcs will get knocked down there. If they get knocked down there and don't die, sometimes they will jump up at you. So you want to be prepared for that. And if a Lady Orc does come up, obviously don't stand right on top of the core there, as that could just lead to some nastiness. Really all about killing the reflect. Once the Nimbuses will actually rain through it. But it's just good habit, I think, on every Chaos 4 map. Or Chaos 4, Chaos 5, Chaos 3, all of them. To get this geode burned out. Or is the geode in Chaos 3? I don't remember. It's been a whole 12 hours since I played one. Alright, Ogre down. We got one more Ogre. He's actually pushing over here, but he's not doing a whole lot of damage. We don't have any mana anyway. I better grab some. Gotta keep those walls healthy, of course. And obviously, since it's an Ogre right there, depending on where the Ogre is, you don't want to, you know, get so close to encourage him to stomp. We don't need any sort of Ogre stomping around our core, that's for sure. Might as well go ahead and put a hurt on the Witherbeast there. And these walls are starting to take a little bit. You see with that construction how fast you repair these things. It's just absolutely insane. Ridiculously OP. I mean, that's one of the best shards in the game right now, in my opinion, as it just gives you ungodly amounts of survivability with being able to heal through essentially anything that's hitting any of your walls. So we got a few flyers left. They're going to get wrecked. We got Tuskar over here who's getting the old Angry Nimbus treatment right now. And we are just about there. And we got a couple of bugged mobs out there again. Some pathing issues or something. And those guys are done. And there we go. We got easy mode Chaos 4 on farm. And it's a good place for everyone to get to, as, you know, obviously your next step up is Chaos 5. Let's see if we got anything good in the box. We will see. Mainly concerned about the shards, but of course I am not going to complain about some sort of an upgrade. Doesn't look like we got too much. Let's take a look at these shards real quick. That's like the most exciting thing every one of these trials, it seems like, is checking out what shard you get. Let's see, now where did those bad boys go? My nearest. Clearly I need to clean up the old bags here. We'll make it easy. Where's the consumables? There we go. Let's sort it out here. Oop. Switch over to consumables, and should be able to find it in my mess there. Now, why on earth are they not there? There they are. They actually went under shards now. I thought they were going under consumables. Anyway, we got another speed boost. Annoyance. Was that a speed boost? And Laternal Blast. That's a weird one. I wonder what that is. I don't believe I have seen that one before. Of course, we got lots and lots of new shards. I'm still on the hunt for the elusive range shards. I just cannot come across them anywhere. And then, of course, you get the T's, like with the yellow item here, and then you highlight over it, and it's actually green. So, you know, no fun there. But there is a quick look at what could potentially be the new meta for the Trials update in Dungeon Defenders 2. So thanks again for watching. Click that like button and please subscribe to the channel. Of course, there's going to be a whole lot more DD2 coming, and really it's just a matter of figuring everything out. I'm right there with a lot of you guys. I've spent a lot of time in the update so far. However, there's still a lot of things I have yet to learn. So thanks again. We'll see you soon.